Welcome to Hard Time Sports. I'm Matthew Schneider. This topic is baseball season 2018 predictions of who's going to make the playoffs this year in the MLB in baseball. Let's start off in the AL Central. You have Cleveland Indians, Minnesota Twins, Chicago White Sox, Detroit Tigers, and the Kansas City Royals. In the AL East, you have the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, Baltimore Orioles, Toronto Blue Jays, Tampa Bay Rays. And in the West, you have Houston Astros, Los Angeles Angels, Texas Rangers, Seattle Mariners, and Oakland Athletics. Here are my picks for the American League on who's going to win the division and the two wildcard spots for the playoffs this year. In the AL Central, I'm going to take the Cleveland Indians to win the division. I just think they're the better team. All the other teams, I don't know much about, but I know Kansas City will finish last because they lost a lot of players on their team. Now let's go to the AL East. You have the New York Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to win the division this year. They're loaded offensively. They're good defensively. They got decent pitching. I think they're going to be able to hit. I think they're going to win that division easily. And then in the AL West, you have the defending World Series champion, Houston Astros. I think the Astros are going to win that division easily, and they should make the playoffs again. Now, as for the two wild cards, I think one will come out of the East, and that is the Boston Red Sox, and the other is going to come out of the Central. I'm going to say the Minnesota Twins. Those are my 5 playoff teams for the American League. Cleveland wins the Central, Yankees win the East, and the Astros win the West. And the 2 wildcard teams for their playing game will be Boston, the first wildcard, Minnesota, the second wildcard. Now, let's go to the National League. In the Central, you have Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, Milwaukee Brewers, Cincinnati Reds, and Pittsburgh Pirates. In the East, you have the Washington Nationals, Miami Marlins, Atlanta Braves, New York Mets, and Philadelphia Phillies. In the West, you have the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Colorado Rockies, Arizona Diamondbacks, San Francisco Giants, and the San Diego Padres. Here is who I think is going to win the divisions in the National League. In the Central, I'm going to take the Chicago Cubs to win the division. They're the best team. I don't know a lot about the other teams. Even though we live here in St. Louis, the Cardinals are going to finish second, Milwaukee third, Cincinnati fourth, Pittsburgh fifth. Now off to the East. I think the Washington Nationals are going to win that division, followed by Miami in second, Atlanta in third, New York Mets in fourth, and the Philadelphia Phillies will end up in fifth. And then in the NL West, I'm going to say the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to win the division, followed by second, the Colorado Rockies, third, the Arizona Diamondbacks, fourth, the San Francisco Giants, and fifth, the San Diego Padres. So, I think the Cubs will win the Central, Washington wins the East, the Dodgers win the West, and my 2 wildcard teams in the National League, I'm going to say Colorado wins the first wildcard, and I'm going to say St. Louis Cardinals win the second wildcard in the one-game playoff. Now, even though I already said my predictions for the American League, I'm going to go back because I forgot to say who I think is going to win in order. Cleveland wins this AL Central, Minnesota second, White Sox third, Detroit fourth, Kansas City fifth. In the AL East, Yankees first, Boston second, Baltimore Orioles third, Toronto Blue Jays fourth, and the Tampa Bay Rays fifth. In the AL West, Houston wins the division, Angels second, Los Angeles Angels second, Texas Rangers third, Seattle Mariners fourth, Oakland Athletics fifth. Those are from top to bottom of who I think is going to win the division. So those are my playoff predictions of the playoffs for 2018. I hope you enjoyed today's blog. Let me know on who you think is going to miss out on the playoffs and who is going to make the playoffs and who is going to have great years for each one of these teams this season. It's going to be a long season, folks. let's play baseball. Baseball season is about to start tomorrow. When is the first game of the season is the Cubs and the Miami Marlins to start the season tomorrow. So this is it for this blog. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think. Let's play baseball.